question deep down in me, why do we celebrate? When do people celebrate? What have we really achieved? When you put these questions to people, people have grown accustomed to evade the issue and accuse somebody of saying, he tells us not to celebrate. You can make your whole life a celebration. Most of the time you've been doing that. But my question to you, what is celebration about? A child who passes an exam has cause for celebration. A child who distinguishes itself in the exam has cause for celebration. A parent who raises a child who becomes an asset in society has cause for celebration. A parent who continues to learn has cause for celebration. Somebody who comes out of darkness and ignorance and backwardness and stupidity has cause for celebration. I do not know. You may have cause for celebration. And I am not entitled, and I don't intend to do that, to tell you not to celebrate. I just intend to tickle you to think. All these years you've been celebrating. What exactly you've been celebrating? What has been your achievement? What have you really achieved that will take you throughout the year until you wait for another Ramadan? Ramadan, in that parlance, should really be a time for reflection. And you will recall I told you from day one that this Qur'an is generally not for the purposes being used. The usages of the Qur'an in the Muslim home and the Muslim community and the Muslim masjids and institution is far below the usage for which it is revealed. But when people have been accustomed, I use that word, when people have been accustomed to certain things, they like their customs. They will tell you, yes, what you're talking makes sense, but there's a lot of but and ifs and buts. And mind you, it is the ifs and buts that make people, humans like yourself and myself, even though we are privileged to hear sense, we behave like the donkeys that the Qur'an speak about. In Surah Al-Jumu'ah, in chapter 62, we become like the donkeys who carry books on their backs. Now the donkey, no doubt, has been used to fetch loads. But the poor donkey does not really realize the wealth of inspiration that it is carrying on its back. Imagine the wealth of inspiration that your ears and my ears have heard, or your tongue or my tongue have uttered. What have we done with it? What plans do we have to do with it? I'm sure we all have different plans. Almost everybody have their own plans. And they don't want anybody to upset their personal plans and their family plans. I just intend to shake up myself and allow you to be shaken up in the process. That you could understand it is high time, if you wish, that we can stop fooling ourselves. It is high time, if you wish, and if we wish, that we can stop fooling our children. It is high time, if you wish and we wish, that we can just be a monument or a token of our relationship with Islam. I told you in the very beginning that chapter 2 verse 185 reminds us what this Qur'an is all about. This Qur'an is about guidance. And guidance is something, especially people who are in darkness, they have to battle to come out of darkness. Guidance does not come to you and to me if we just come to visit a place for Jummah. Because somebody told us from small we have to make sure we don't miss any Jummah. So no matter where our opportunity reaches us, we go to wherever is convenient for us. We walk in, we walk out, and we are happy with ourselves. And you can see that when you observe the masses and you deal with the masses. Guidance is the direction opposite of darkness. Guidance is the direction opposite of darkness. The direction that we are in, that has been responsible for our mindset, our attitude, and our lifestyle. If that's not on the foundations of guidance, then we need to turn away from that. And that's why the Qur'an said, Shahru Ramadan. Our elders and our scholars found it convenient to tell us Ramadan is the month in which the Qur'an was revealed. But I have told you something for you to think about. That Ramadan is not a month. It's an environment of peril and human threats and human difficulties and challenges and darkness. So when Ramadan is over, this darkness doesn't disappear. The ignorance don't disappear. Poverty doesn't disappear. Ignorance doesn't disappear. Prejudice doesn't disappear. Stagnation doesn't disappear. Indifference doesn't disappear. Laziness doesn't disappear. Irresponsibility doesn't disappear. Being obstacles to divine guidance doesn't disappear. There's no magic in Ramadan. If you heard anybody who discovered the magic, it's a good thing to go and meet them. You will see almost all the difficulties will remain the same if some more doesn't add on in Ramadan. Because why? When you and I make a mockery of divine expectations, we just fool ourselves. We just pretend. We just pretend Ramadan is a month of blessings. We tell our children that, and they swallow this placebo. But deep down in them, they have nothing to offer the world that Ramadan is a month of blessing. It's a blessing for people who like to eat a lot. And who like to eat free food. There's a lot. There's a lot of people who go to the masjids. And their whole policy, we're going to crash the food tonight. Where are you going, boys? Oh, we're going to that masjid. Man, that was nice. Tonight, let's go to the next masjid. This is the attitude. To go and eat all over the place and don't even care how the food came. That's the culture. That's the culture of the Muslims, with few exceptions. Why? You deal with the average Muslims, they are not people who shoulder responsibilities. They pass the responsibilities on to others. They go to a place called a masjid. They don't realize the masjid has maintenance requirement. They use it, they abuse it, and they get out of the place. Why? This is a free country. They can go to every masjid. They can go to many masjid in a whole year. Because why? They are at a level of life of irresponsibility, and they carry that all over the place. Because their purpose of going to the masjid or a center or a place like this is to collect blessings. It's not to be an activist and part